What's up, guys, and welcome back to our Realistic Career Mode with Wrexham. This is episode number 12, and as you can tell by the title, it could be our most significant episode yet in this career mode's early history. But before we get into the episode, before we get into all the antics of today, if you enjoyed the series so far and you're enjoying the content as a whole, drop a sub on the channel. The support has been incredible recently, and if you want to support me, if you want to support the series, just hit that little subscribe button, and each click goes a very long way. So I appreciate all your love. And yeah, let's get into this episode. Like I said, it is going to be a significant one indeed. But before all of that, we're going to head into the first game of the episode, and it is Bradford. Bradford, who we actually played earlier this month. We drew 0-0 with the Bantams at the Racecourse. So looking to bounce back and maybe get a bigger result here. Well, let me tell you, when I say absolutely nothing happened in this episode, my word, it was an absolute snooze fest. I'll take it a point away from third place. It's not the worst result, but yeah, my word, I don't think either team had a shot on target. It was just absolutely zero highlights. I didn't want to even show you any. There was nothing to show you. I was going through the game and I was like, holy, wow, I can't remember it being this bad. But anyway, we grab a point from Bradford, we crack on, and obviously now the January transfer window has opened, and Jake Bickerstaff has received a bid. We received a bid from USD AFC, who are an Irish side, and they actually matched his valuation of £200,000, and considering his contract's running out in the summer, and it was, pretty an offer that was in the UK, I felt like this was a decent one to accept, a realistic destination. So I accept the move, and he will be on his way. And then we get the youth scouting update, and we sign Charlie King and Nathan Lloyd to the youth academy and immediately promote them both to the senior squad. Along with Matthew Miller, actually, the American who's been in our youth academy for a few months now, we decided to promote all three of those. We put the two Welsh youngsters up for loan, and Nathan Lloyd, the goalkeeper, he actually looks better than Bryn Lloyd, potentially his brother. Who knows? I don't know. Oh, actually, side note, I did see a comment the other day saying that the two Morrises that we promoted from the youth academy a couple episodes ago, we should, for the storyline, say that they're both brothers. So the two Morrises, they are both going to be brothers. And I respect that storyline. But yeah, anyway, sorry, going back to the goalkeepers. Nathan Lloyd actually looks more promising than Bryn Lloyd. So good signs in goal for sure. And Charlie King looks like a decent player in the middle, although he is still pretty young as well. We'll put him up for loan. But before any transfer activity happens, we head into the second game of the episode. And this is where things get tasty. Yes, we are going to try out a different formation. Now, I wouldn't normally change formation in the first season with a career mode because I want to keep it realistic and I want to play the way the team plays. But my only thing is the board's expectations are so high. They want us to win the league. Even though for a newly promoted side to be just outside the playoffs, that would be an exceptional season. It's not good enough. We have to be reaching these Hollywood levels now because the world is watching. So we're playing Barnsley, who are top of the championship, by the way. We looked at the championship table. They have only lost 2 league games this season. This is not going to be an easy one. Away at Oakwell, I'm going to test out a 4-3-3. I've been contemplating how we can be more effective up top. We've been quite shy on the goal front recently. Paul Mullin is obviously an absolute goat up top, but there's only so much he can do. So I'm thinking if we get wingers into play, this could work out well. And so we back a 4-3-3 formation. Let's see what he can do. Miller, who we promoted from the youth academy. I'll be honest, one of the main reasons I promoted Matthew Miller was because we didn't have a right winger. So I thought, you know what? Perfect chance to give the kids some game time. And he comes straight in for his senior debut at right wing as we take on League One side Barnsley. Well, Miller would be involved straight away. Whipped ball in towards McLean. It's headed away. Cleared out, and we actually have a player down in the box. I think that's Jamie Jones in the middle there. As we look to play on, James McLean in the box. What can the vet do here? He pulls it back to Fletcher. 1-0 to the visitors, and well, this 4-3-3 is already kicking off with a bang. Miller down the right, swinging the ball in. Then McLean on the left, eventually finding Stephen Fletcher, and the veteran bags the opening goal of the game. James McLean, who started off as my left wing back, but then I was actually quite impressed with how Mendy was playing, so McLean was dropped, but he could, if we go with this 4-3-3 formation, he could find himself in that winger role. He has such a good delivery on him, and it's proved there as we take a 1-0 lead. Stephen Fletcher grabbing the goal, but the host would equalise against the runner play, I want to say, and my word, that is an awful kit. I don't think I've actually seen the Barnsley kit properly before. That is horrific. Anyway, sorry. Got distracted by a horrendous football shirt. Anyway, we dominated that first half, and actually a Ben Tozer mistake. The captain gave the ball up about 20 yards out, and Barnsley capitalised, punished us. But going into the second half, we actually had a really good chance. Morris, another one of the Youth Academy graduates, had a great chance right at the end. Ball played into him, but he put his first time effort wide. I'll be honest, I shot first time because I thought I was offside. But regardless, I put it wide, and we head to penalties at Oakwell. A really good game, and regardless of what happens here, I was quite impressed with the team, I'll be honest. We actually dominated the ball against a strong outfit with a rotated side. Positive things for sure. Well, going into the spot kit, it would be Devante Cole who would give the host the lead in the spot kits. Son of Andy Cole, no less. He puts his shot bottom right. I'm finding on this game on FIFA on FC24 that with keepers, even if you dive the right way, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that you will save it. They still sort of squeak in sometimes, which I like that. It's pretty decent. And, well, Arthur Okonkwo, who was given a rare start here, he saves the second Barnsley penalty, and we convert our first two to take the lead. And then it's a battle of the minds, and Okonkwo saves the third one. It goes straight down the middle. He stands his ground, and now we have a chance to go 3-1 up, which we do. Great finish. And now Okonkwo, if he saves this, if he saves his third in a row, we are through to the next round of the EFL trophy. Can he save against Kane? No, Kane scores, sends him the wrong way, but the advantage is still with the Red Dragons. Ford, the right back, can score here to send his team through to the next round. Cause an upset. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Wrexham are through to the next round of the EFL trophy. They have knocked out high-flying League One Barnsley. And I'll tell you what, regardless, as Ford is going on some run there, regardless of the result, I was very impressed with how this formation sat out. I know it's only one game, and I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but it felt good. I felt like we had a dominance on the game. I felt like we had options going forward. The wingers were key in our play for sure. And I felt like the striker, Fletcher, was supported up top. And I think if that was Paul Mullin in that position, he would feel supported as well. So definitely food for thought. Like I said, I honestly wouldn't normally change formation. I feel like to keep the realism, I would keep the same formation as the team plays for the first season and then implement my own style. But I just think, because I'm actually a little bit concerned that the board might fire me if I don't, maybe not win the league, but get promoted or get into the playoffs. So I really need to make sure I secure that. And I think potentially changing formation could be the way forward. But that was only one game, and I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Before we head into the third and final game, we reject a bid for Jacob Mendy from Wuhan. I'm not sending him there. He is staying with us, Jacob Mendy. He's been absolutely brilliant so far. And Jordan Tunnicliffe, who was contract was running out. Anyway, he signs a pre-contract with the Romanian side FC Rapid 1933, which is, I know, not a realistic destination, but I can't control the pre-contracts and where they sign. And a few clubs have come in for him, and he wants to go to Romania apparently. So who are we to argue against that? Anyway, speaking of the board's objectives and confidence as a whole, I think the last time I looked at the confidence, it was like 98. The confidence is now 73, so that is putting even more pressure on me to deliver with Wrexham. So with that in mind, going into the third and final game, we're back in league action and we're facing Swindon, a side who are 22nd, third bottom, and they have 26 points from 26 games. So I felt this was a good opportunity to run the 4-3-3 again, but with our strongest 11, well, practically our strongest 11. So we make a few changes. McLean stays at left wing. We bring in Morris, who normally is a cam, but I actually think his stats suit a right winger. So we're going to convert him to a right wing as well, which only takes a couple of weeks. He's starting right wing. Matthews and Hayden coming in at centre back. I've been quite impressed with those two recently. Hayden with the captain's armband. And as we would go into this game with that 4-3-3 mindset, and Well, we almost scored from a corner. I don't really know how this goal didn't go in. It was cleared off the line. I think the keeper got a touch to it as well. And Saidu Khan, well, this guy just woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. He takes out, I think it was Stephen Davis. He took out, and it was a yellow card, questionably an orange card if that was a thing. And then he gets a straight red, not even a second yellow. He gets a straight red for a crunching tackle on James McLean. Luckily, the Irishman isn't injured and he carries on. But Swindon will play more than half of this game with 10 men. And well, if the emphasis wasn't on us before, it definitely is on us now. But we couldn't take it just before half time. Mullin with the shot, who he was put through one-on-one with McLean, but his shot went wide. A very, very uncharacteristic finish from Mullin there. And in the second half, we didn't create too much, and we actually ended up drawing the game 0-0. So very disappointing. Definitely 2 points drop. Don't get me wrong. I'm not happy about the result, but I saw a lot of positives in this new formation, and I think a couple of additions, and this team could be competing for promotion. I truly think so. So with that in mind, as we see the emails here, Arsenal aren't happy with Arthur Okonkwo's game time and they recall him. That's okay. He wasn't really playing too much for us anyway, only in the cup. We get a couple more emails. An offer for Nathan Lloyd coming in from a team that we beat this episode, actually, Barnsley, top of League One at the moment. They want to take the youngster on loan. They wanted to take him on loan for a year, but because we're in January already, I countered with a short loan offer, so he would come back at the end of the season, which I think they accept eventually. Ben Tozer comes to us and says, look, boss, the team are pretty worried at the moment that we're not going to meet our objectives, which, trust me, Pen, I am worrying about as well. Don't you worry, because I think my job might be on the line. So, with that in mind, as we look at the table here, we are 8th, one place away from the promotion spots, but 4 points away, and Colchester have a game in hand as well. So, the pressure is definitely on, but I think I want to go forward with this 4-3-3 formation. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Are you happy with this formation? Are you happy with this change? Do you want me to stick with the 3-5-2? Let me know what you want me to do. I feel quite inclined to go with the change if I'm going to meet the board's objectives. I just think we need to sign a couple of good wingers, a good left winger, a good right winger. And I have a couple of names in mind, but if you have any options as well, let me know in the comments and I will check them out. But that'll be it for today's episode 12. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, drop it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in episode 13 very soon.